Today's video, y'all, low-key, I feel like has got me all types of heated. Like, honestly, y'all, the reason why I'm even talking about this, because normally I wouldn't make it a topic of discussion to talk about somebody coming out. However, I just saw a lot of online talk, and y'all, I went through a very similar situation, so I was like, I really do feel the need to talk about this, only because it triggered a lot of things from my past and, like, me coming out and things like that, and I'm like, people have got on my last damn nerve. Like, honestly, y'all, I came out literally almost 20 years ago. Like, it's been that long. So I would imagine within 20 years for times to progress, people to progress. Obviously, here in America, I do know that when you travel outside of the United States, can I just like touch on this for for a little second here? When you travel outside of the United States, you really don't realize how privileged you are here in the US that like traveling to a lot of other countries, like being gay is really, it's not really that much of a like accepted thing. Yes, don't get me wrong, there is several countries out there that are super accepting. I totally get that. However, there are some that are not. Do you know what I mean? Like low key, y'all, when I went to Italy, like I was thinking over here, like, oh, there's just so many gay Italians, right? And I'm like, oh, there's a lot of homophobia over there. Do you know what I'm saying? Also, too, I love Japan to death. Y'all know it's like literally my favorite country. But even going over there, like you just don't really see gay people too much. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy. So here in America, I guess maybe I've just been surrounded by people that are just so loving and so accepting, and people that really just accept people coming out, that I just would kind of expect that, which I do understand that's not everyone's view. I get that, and I am living in a bubble, but I do want to let you guys know this. I am born and raised in Los Angeles County. Like, this is what I grew up with. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally am, hello, like, I live 20 minutes away from West Hollywood. Like, it's just kind of like, I grew up around this. So to me, I just would accept, I would expect people to be accepting. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about Benji, which if you guys don't know, Benji is really, really popular on TikTok, and a lot of people love his content. Actually, one of my homegirls, shout out to you, Cynthia, really does love him because he's just super humble, super kind, and he just seems like a genuinely good person, and he just seems so loving and so caring. I have seen his content before, and I really think that he's like a nice guy from what I see. Obviously, yes, I know everything is different behind the scenes. However, from what I have seen so far, he seems like a super, super sweet guy. He recently did come out, which I want to say kudos to him. Here's some things that we're going to be talking about. One, we're going to be talking about this guy, Oblivion, okay, which we did talk about him before, and low-key, I thought he was gay, because I was like, literally, when we were talking about him last time, he interviewed Ash Trevino, and he was asking Ash Trevino, how big is Santos' dick? So I'm like, you, homie, are gay. Like, why are you asking how big another man's wiener is? But then you're over here acting some type of way towards Benji. Low-key, that's the reason why I wanted to make this video, because that really got me fucked up. Like, honestly, seeing him talk about this, I was like, ugh, like, I'm so accepting of people. Like, honestly, if that's your opinion or whatever, keep that shit to yourself, though. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, we can all clearly see that Benji is going through a really hard time right now because his family is going to, obviously have to process this, and they're having a little bit of a tough time accepting him coming out. So it's kind of like, why would you hop on that? Like, just keep your opinion to yourself, even if you are against it, even if you're going to go over here and say it's like your religion and things like that. It's just kind of like, just keep your opinions to yourself. Also, can I just say this before I even play the Oblivion clip? Because people always like to use religion. It pisses me off that people over here always saying like, oh, it's because of my religion or whatever. But then I'm like, look how many times you sin. Like, I'm sure you've had sex before marriage. I am sure you are wearing mixed linens. You're not supposed to be wearing like mixed linens. It's literally in the Bible to not wear mixed linens. How many people are out there wearing wool and like other types of stuff? Do you know what I mean? That you're not supposed to be. So I'm just like, things like that I get so triggered about, that I'm just kind of like, look, if you want to be religious and all that, that is perfectly fine, and I fully support that. However, don't be a hypocrite, because that's what I hate. Because I swear, there's a quote that I had saw before: the worst thing than a sinner is a hypocrite, and I live by that. Because I'm like, if you're going to be religious, that's fine, and say that, hey, homosexuality is a sin in the Bible. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and say that, but go ahead and keep the same energy towards every other sin that you do commit yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's where I get really fucked up with people, that I'm like, oh, I get so pressed that I'm like, you can call being gay a sin. That's totally fine. Like, literally, I don't have a problem with it. Go ahead and say that it's a sin, but go ahead and keep the same energy for every sin that you commit as well, too. And this guy, Oblivion, I'm so sure has sinned in so many different types of ways, too. So I'm like, ugh, it irritates me. Anyways, getting off on a tangent here, I do want to go ahead and play a couple little clips of Benji's coming out, so that way you guys know a little bit more context behind this and see how heartbreaking it is for him to come out. I do want to say this though before playing these clips, okay? As coming from somebody who, y'all, I literally got kicked out when I came out, and it was a very difficult thing for me, but as I grew up, I really have learned to understand that parents out there, and you have to have a really open mind to even understand what I'm about to say, a lot of parents out there have a vision for their kid. Do you know what I mean? Like, when it came down to me and my situation, I grew up playing sports my whole entire life, and then for me to come out as gay, like, my parents were low-key kind of shocked by it, because all along they had this vision of me growing up to play sports, and like, I'm like a big old guy. Do you know what I mean? So in their head, they thought that I was gonna have a wife, and they were gonna have grandkids, and like all these things. Do you know what I'm saying? So obviously it's a huge adjustment for them too. And this is where I say my parents now are so accepting of me, so loving of me, and have my back on everything, which I feel like a lot of people don't understand at first, that you coming out, yes, it's hard for you too, but it's also hard for your parents. And I feel like a lot of people don't stop and realize that, to see that parents look at their children and they're like, they have a certain image in their head of what they think things are going to be like. Oh, they're going to move out, they're going to get a wife, they're going to have kids, they're going to do all these things, right? And they build up this story in their head of which they think it's going to be. And then when the opposite comes out to happen, obviously they are shocked by this. So even Benji, I want to say the way that he is handling his family, I feel like is so graceful. And you could tell that he is a really open-minded person, because he even talks about his parents and he's like, I feel like I'm throwing my parents under the bus right now, and they really are good people. And it's like, yo, I went through the same damn thing too, as to where so many people that I told my story to were like, damn, your parents are fucked up. But I'm like, no, I feel for them too. Like, obviously it was a shock for them too. And it was something that they had to like learn to like grow with as well too. And I feel like we're not giving enough grace to parents out there who are obviously going to struggle with this for a little bit. If your parents choose to be homophobic, obviously for your whole damn life, then screw them. Do you know what I mean? But obviously within the first, couple months or the first week, let's just say, it's going to be really hard for the parents. And I feel like a lot of like people out there really need to have a little bit more grace with the parents. Anyways, go ahead and check out these clips right here.
How do I say this? I don't know how to say it. Soy joto. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm gay, guys. Wow, what a surprise. Should I pause it and then come back, or I don't know? I don't know why I laugh. Okay. Oh my god, this is so cringy. Okay. So, I would slap myself and then I would pray to God all the time and ask him to make me normal. And like, to like girls. I even told myself like I'm gonna marry a girl. Like, I literally thought about that. Up until I was like 17, I was like, I'm gonna marry a girl. Like, I didn't even care. I've been thinking of making this video, and I just don't want to like confront my family about it, I just don't want to confront my family about it, because that's always been like one of their biggest fear. Like, one of their kids being gay has always been their biggest fear, because they don't see it as something normal. They think that it's a choice. And my parents are not bad people. It's just that's one of their only bad things that they have is my parents know how I act, but they think I just do it as a joke. You guys are gonna be like, oh well, there's so many signs. Why don't they know, or how don't they know? It's because I've never made it. I told them I just do it as a joke. Like, but I know deep inside they know.
As y'all saw from right there, it was really, really hard for Benji to come out. I do want to say this. I was going to actually play some clips of his brother, because his brother and his sister did make TikToks too addressing the whole situation. However, I feel like it's just going to get a little bit too long. If you guys want to go ahead and check that out, you can head over to TikTok and just type in like Benji coming out, and then you'll see his brother on there actually commenting on the situation. His siblings did come out and say that they love him and they have his back and they do support him. It really does suck though that a lot of people are going out there sending hate towards the siblings, because it's like, y'all, this is a whole like learning process and a whole, growth right now for the whole family. Do you know what I mean? So it sucks that they're feeling the pressure to actually get out there on public and say like, damn, why am I getting hate? Like, obviously I have my brother's back, I love him, but then I feel the need to obviously make a public statement about it. And that's where I'm saying like, damn, people go a little bit too hard, and we all need to learn to be more understanding that yes, it's hard for Benji, but it's also hard for his family too. And sending hate their way is just crazy. Like, y'all, I don't understand how sometimes people really just can't be understanding. And me, myself, and I have literally went through this. Like, yo, I was literally sleeping on all my friends' couches for over a year while I was kicked out. Do you know what I'm saying? And if I could still look back and be like, you know what, my parents were really going through it too, and they had a tough time dealing with this, then so can everybody else. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, they learned and they grew. Like, it did take, I would say, probably about 2 years for me to like, be fully loved and fully accepted and fully supported. However, it came around. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that people just expect people's parents to just accept them immediately and be like, yeah, let's go to the gay parade. It's like, come on. Like, people obviously have an image in their head, and that's something that they're going to have to learn to like, wow, they're going to like rebuild. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like people need to chill out. Anyways, though, this guy Oblivion, okay, as I had mentioned earlier, like, I'm so sorry, but this fool really got under my skin, because straight up, I'm just keeping it so for with you guys. I legitimately thought he was gay. Like, I had mentioned before, if you guys had seen the video before to where I had said that he actually interviewed Astravino, y'all, I put the clip in that video, okay, where he literally asked if Santo has a big dick. Like, I'm like, How are you a straight man, okay, a religious straight man? How are you asking somebody how big a man's wiener is? Like, that to me is where you got me so far fucked up that I'm just kind of like, why are you over here speaking out about Benji? And here you are, like, I'm sure he's a sinner too, okay? I am so sorry. I don't know his life like that, but I'm so sure that he is having sex before marriage. I'm so sure that he's out there drinking. I'm so sure that he's out there cussing, like, all these things. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, how are you out here, a straight man, asking about another man's wiener, but then you're over here saying, like, oh, I like Benji, but you know, that's against my religion or whatever. It's like, how about you just shut up? Okay. Anyways, go ahead and check out this clip right here to where he is talking about it.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I hate Benji. No, bro. Benji's a cool guy. Benji's a sweet guy, bro. But you know, I can't support him, but I just want to say he's brave for coming out with it, and that's it. I was just saying I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I support it, Chad, because it's part of my religion. There's nothing wrong with what she's saying and everything, and you know, I'm just simply not gonna stay here because I'm not gonna say, oh, I support it, because I don't. I Benji still, and I love him, and he's a cool guy, bro. But in my religion, I don't support it, and I'll be lying to myself if I supported it. And if she can't respect that as part of my religion, then that's fine, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, and you know, bro, she's cool. And in my religion, chat, I don't support it, and I'm not gonna change because I don't care about who or whatever people say about me. What I said, bro, is, look, I'm not gonna take nothing back. I'm not gonna say sorry, bro. Okay, look, I'm gonna say it here, bro. I don't support any sin, and I don't support no premarital nothing. I don't support any sin, chat. And I'm sorry, bro. And you know, I love Benji. I love everyone, and that's it, bro. I love everyone, and I have nothing against no one, chat. So, bro, I love everyone, bro. I don't care. I don't care if you like boys, if you like damn girls. I don't care, bro. Literally, I love you, and that's it, bro.
I'm so sorry, okay, but in my personal opinion, I just feel like that is so damn hypocritical. I just don't like it. I really don't. Everybody is fully entitled to their opinions, 100%. And look, I've even said this before on live. I'm very open-minded. When it comes down to people and their religions, I totally get it. If you want to look at, you know, being gay as a sin, like, I get that, because obviously, look, I grew up in the churches, y'all. I went to catechism, like, all that stuff. So I understand, okay, that obviously there's going to be a lot of people out there that are like, no, being gay is a sin, which is fine. And I've learned to accept that too, that people are going to view me as a sinner. But y'all, I would literally say 99% of humans are sinners. There is really kind of nobody out there who is fully living by the Bible. Do you know what I'm saying? That's where I say, and God even says himself too, that all sins are created equal. So how are you out here judging people that are gay when you're a sinner too? That's where I get fucking pissed, honestly. Because I'm like, you're such a hypocrite, and I'm so sorry. But like I said earlier, what's worse than a sinner is a damn hypocrite, and I will live and die by that, I swear to God, because I really do feel like everyone needs to realize, homie, you sin too, okay? So just shut up and just be like, hey, I'm a sinner too. That's just it. Anyways, y'all, I really do feel for Benji, and if you guys are fans of Benji, have some grace for his family. Like, obviously, this is something that is going to be a process for all of them. I totally get it. Obviously, he's really hurt right now, and he's really going through it because obviously he's figuring himself out. Like, he is, like, you know, barely coming out, and obviously that is a lot, but it's also a lot for the family too, and people need to learn to have a little bit more grace. That's just my opinion on it, and obviously I've lived it myself, so I think that it will come around. It just takes some time. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.